into the stalls. And I suppose, Greg, the question is, have they got the General's tongue tied down today?
Yes, his tongue is certainly tied down. It has been since he failed in the Oakley Plate, and there's apparently a minor adjustment being made to it today, so that there won't be any problem. But I can tell you, punters don't want a bar of him. He's 6-4 out to 3-1 on track. Toledo's the very firm 6-4 favourite, and there's been money for Natoir, 4s into 3s, and might even get into second favourite by the time they jump. Most of them in the gates. Small select field of sprinters for the Group 2 Emirates Classic. Not far away from a start. Natoir links in, field of 5, and they're all set. The General in 1. Off. General Nadim began well towards the inside. They're going to cross and all come to the grandstand, and Natoir began like an absolute shot and went straight out to the rail in front. Toledo came across and sits behind him, and General Nadim is scorching across now to go towards the leader. In behind those is Mr. Victory, and Monopolize dropped out to be last of all when they go to the 800 metres, and the flying Natoir is the leader, out by about a length to General Nadim, and Toledo just behind them third from Mr. Victory, and last of the 5 is Monopolize when they head to the 600 metres. It's Natoir, the leader, right against the rail in front of General Nadim. Toledo's easing out now to have a clear run at them when he wants to make his move, and they've got away on Monopolize and Mr. Victory. Nearing the 400 metres, Natoir on the outside, General Nadim, Byrne just niggling a little bit now at the toppy, and now Toledo coming home very well. The pressure right on. Natoir, General Nadim the first to go for the whip, not a lot in the tank, and Toledo's charging home. Monopolize starting to come home well, tightening up for a bit of room, but he's getting through. But Toledo's well clear now with 100 to go from Monopolize and Toledo. Toledo scores a very soft win. Monopolize second, Natoir third, and then General Nadim. And Mr. Victory last of the 5. A sizzling time too of 1:8.1. And Toledo has proved all too good. Patrick Payne sitting off the 2 tearaways, and then easing out for a clear run at them, and the race was all over when he got into the open galloping room, and it was a very soft victory on the line. Monopolize coming from last, squeezing past Natoir near the 200 metres, but Toledo was coasting out in front of him. Natoir holding on to third, and the grey clouds that were gathering over General Nadim after Moonee Valley have become decidedly darker after his very moderate 4th in the field of 5. 3, 2 and 4 in a blistering 1:8.1. Well, there we are, Toledo charging away. Once he got into the open galloping room and Patrick sent him away, it was all over Red Rover. Natoir, who'd gone out hard, was stopping. General Nadim was the first to show signs of distress. He's just 2 shocking performances in a row. And old Monopolize coming home solidly, but gee, there's never any doubt about the winner, as he really put his stamp on that race, coming away for a very fine win. He's unbeaten in 2 runs this preparation, and he cracks it for his first win at Flemington. Stradbroke Handicap winner, a Honda Stakes winner, and a Newmarket place getter. Too good. 3-2-4, 1-8-1 on race number 3. 4th coming your way, the Maya Plate at 120.
You might think that the stud is looming for General Nadim. That was a very poor performance today, and I'm sure they're very disappointed. He was under pressure a fair way out. Natoir, top-line sprinter, though, and an impressive win. We're still doing the late mail, and just about time.
We're about a minute and a half off start time, and let's take you to Greg Miles.
Right, thank you, Hilton. There's been a change in favouritism on track. Rose of Dane has been heavily supported, 4s into 13-4, and has displaced the stablemate Danelaar as top pick by just a roll of the board. Danelaar still very, very solidly backed at 7-2. And completing the Freedman trifecta of favouritism, Rose of War, who has drifted it. In fact, it's nearly doubled its opening quote, getting out to 6-1, equal along with the Grand Archway at that price. But it looks a Freedman benefit with 3 Danehill fillies in the race, and Confer making up a quartet of Danehill girls is well in the market too at around the 8-1 mark. Clary Connors looking for his 3rd win, as is Shane Dye in this race. Jimmy Cassidy on Rose of War has won it 4 times before. He'd equal the great Roy Higgins if he could crack it for a 5th. They're moving in. Zazabel ready down on the inside. Bart with 2 runners, and it's the pick of his 2 at about 11-1. Bart a 7 times winner of the race. Toy Carousel's gone in. Carmanesque joined by the Wakefield winner Grand Archway. Rose of War is about to come up. Now Rose of Dane, Greg Hall has a blue cap to help distinguish those colours from Danelaw, which is a blue and pink hooped cap. Curio Jade coming in. Chris Emunts looking for a big double. Love to Honour's joined them for the Oaks, and Confer goes in. So just the last couple. And another Group 1 will be decided shortly. Danelaw took the outside gate. Apogee Storm moved in. The Crown Oaks is set for dispatch. Ready to go. Off they go. And out reasonably the outside was Danelaw. Rose of Dane away quickly. Rose of War, Toy Carousel and Grand Archway early in the piece. Zazabel and Apogee Storm dropping in behind them. Danelaw still caught about 4 wide with the first turn looming up now. Out to the 2200, and a well-bunched Crown Oaks field heads out to the riverside, with Toy Carousel now being joined and headed by Rose of Dane, and Danelaw's gone up. So they're up in the leading pack early. It's Rose of Dane, the leader, from Danelaw second. About a half a length away, Toy Carousel, Grand Archway and Rose of War. 1 Zazabel, 6th on the inside, a length and a half then to Love to Honour, Curio Jade, 1.5 Apogee Storm. Confer settles second last, and Carmanesque whipped the Oaks field in by the 1800 metres. And Rose of Dane by a length. Danelaw is running second. Grand Archway, the Wakefield winner, outside Toy Carousel. Rose of War outside Zazabel, a length and a half Love to Honour, and Neck Curio Jade. 1.5 behind those Apogee Storm. Confer second last, and Carmanesque last of all with about 1500 to go. And Rose of Dane trying to do it all the way, led by a length and a half. Danelaw is second. Toy Carousel is a length away third. 1 Grand Archway fourth on the outside. Zazabel tucked away 5th on the fence. A length further back is Rose of War, 1 Curio Jade, Love to Honour. 2 lengths Apogee Storm, 1 Confer and 1 to Carmanesque, last of all about 10 from the leader. At the 1200, and Hall rating Rose of Dane beautifully, a length and a half in front of Danelaw. The stablemate second. On the rails then in third placing Toy Carousel, 1 Grand Archway. 1 Zazabel, a half a length the Rose of War on the outside, and 1 Curio Jade. 3/4 Love to Honour. Apogee Storm coming out wide for a run, and then came Confer back still second last coming down the side, and Carmanesque as last. Has been no change. There's 800 metres to run in the Oaks. Rose of Dane by a length. Danelaw is second. On the inside third, Toy Carousel has enjoyed a beautiful run. Grand Archway comes out for its run now. Then Zazabel. Rose of War pulling out wide. Apogee Storm and Love to Honour have run very wide coming around the home turn, and a beautiful run through the pack for Curio Jade. Rose of Dane led into the straight from Danelaw. Grand Archway. Toy Carousel can't get out from behind the leader. Running on well, Curio Jade and Rose of War. They're in the straight now. Grand Archway at the 300 metres hits the front. Curio Jade and Rose of War is coming on powerfully on the outside with about 200 metres to go. Grand Archway in front. Rose of War trying hard. Zazabel with a late run. Grand Archway from Rose of War. Grand Archway for Opie Boss, and Grand Archway wins it from Rose of War. Third Zazabel. Confer running on, and then Toy Carousel, Curio Jade, followed by Rose of Dane and Danelaw together next. And back behind those to finish in the Oaks was Love to Honour and Apogee Storm. Judges called for a photo. Grand Archway has won it, number 2. Ridden by Opie Bosson, completing the Wakefield double. Trained by Graham Rogerson. Second home, Rose of War, who loomed up menacingly, looking the winner with about 200 to go, but Grand Archway has fought back tremendously to win in a photo. And third to number 12, Zazabel. 2, 6 and 12. Grand Archway repelling the Danehill Army to win the Oaks in a photo finish. And continuing the amazingly strong run of Wakefield winners in the past 10 or 11 years. It's 7 out of the past 11 that have gone on to win the Oaks. Grand Archway to pay $7.70 and $2.40. We kept looking for the horses who were so unlucky behind her in the Wakeful Stakes. There were so many of them, and the obvious was right there staring us in the face all the while.
We'll leave it there, Greg. They're just about set at Toowoomba for the first event. David Fowler.
Stand by for a start. Favourite.
Opie Bosson. Some say the new Shane Dye. He's won big races, of course, in New Zealand already at such a young age, and congratulations to him. Beautiful ride to win the Wakeful Stakes and Oaks Double on Grand Archway for Graham Rogerson. And paid $7.70 Super Tab, $7.70 New South Wales, $7.50 in Queensland, 6 Rosa War second, 12 Zarzabel third going better ridden from behind, trifecta $619 Victoria, $7.82 New South Wales, $800 Queensland. They say he's the new Shane Dye, but they speak of riding ability. He is quite the opposite at this stage of his life to Shane. They say he's rather quiet, or very reserved, I suppose, is the best way to phrase it. Sam Nadai at Kilmore likes Sleeper, number 3, being driven by Grant Campbell, please note. Ideal Partner 45, Light of Fire 640, Sleeper 170, Chief Engineer 24, Ken's Revenge 14, Like Fun 11, Road Rager 19, Samadhi Pants 17, Quest of Plunder 50, P King 11, and they're just about set to go at Clare. At the Warrandyte is scratched. Here's Clare and Ron.
10, 350, number 1. So 2 from 1, the order. Stand up fairly well. The light's on. Away they go in the Onga Pumps handicap. Vaddington Express was ridden out from the inside alley, as was Eastway out wide on the track, anxious to get into a forward spot. Coming over inside of it, Slight Impact, and also Plain Logic, scarred nearer the inside, and on the rail is Boonadoo Boy as they link up onto the course proper. Working down to the post now, and it's Boonadoo Boy the inside, and Plain Logic headed by Eastway out wide, who's thundering after the pair of them, and they were followed further back in the field by Scarred, settling nicely just off the speed. Over on its outside now was Slight Impact, and they were 2 or 3 in front of Lord Antrona. Vatican Express followed further back in the field behind those then. Back second last.
Flemington, 3 Smart Banker at $3.80, 10 My Jasper $7.30, and 2 Typhoon at $8.50. We still haven't received correct weight at Gatton. No correct weight there at Gatton yet on race number 4, and they're nearly set. Race 3, in fact, at Gatton. Now they're nearly set at Flemington. Here's Greg.
Right, Hilton, favourite Smart Banker around the 4-1 mark. Good move for My Jasper, the filly from the Anthony Cummings team. 8 into 11-2. Gothic Titan easing 5 out to 13-2. That's My Jasper on screen there. Smart Banker in the purple. He's the favourite. Typhoon at 7s has been steady. Now Crackerjack coming up into the line. Touch of Mahogany out behind them in company with Sir Grey. The last couple to move up into line. Sir Grey now going in. Smart Banker, Typhoon, Lord Zephyr stood well. Gothic Titan. Now Touch of Mahogany coming into the outside barrier. Moved up. They're all in. Ready. Field stood in well, 1800. They're on their way. Smart Banker, Typhoon away well. Lord Zephyr is drifting back early with Rather No to settle at the end of the field. My Kahuna King was away quickly. So was Episode, Gothic Titan, Classic Secret just behind the leading horses early. Followed by moving up on the outside, Touch of Mahogany from the outside gate, but My Kahuna King led. Touch of Mahogany goes to the lead now at the 1400 and took it up. Episode is settling third on the outside, and they're followed by Big Mac, caught about 3 wide around Gothic Titan. A length and a half further back in the field is Smart Smart Banker on the inside of Classic Secret. 2 lengths to Bookmaker Typhoon. 1 Brindle Moose out. Crackerjack. My Jasper's a long way back, racing between horses. About 2 lengths further back in the field. Then when they go past 1,000 metres is Sir Grey on the inside. One of the last there as they swing past that 1,000 metre mark. The Bookmaker is a good way back as well. Coming down the side, and Touch of Mahogany led by about 1.5 lengths. It's a Touch of Mahogany in front, coming up towards the 800 metre mark. My Kahuna King is running second. Gothic Titan 2 lengths back third on the inside of Episode when they search for the home turn. Big Mac's never been on the course. Smart Banker tucked away on the inside, needing an out. Easing off the fence now for a run at them. Our Crackerjack comes wide, followed by Classic Secret. Further back is the Bookmaker when they corner. Rather Knows a long way back. So is Sir Grey. Brindle Moose one of the last as they swing around the home turn. My Jasper's pulled out wide in the yellow colours with the shadow roll at the 400. Touch of Mahogany about a neck in front of My Kahuna King. Gothic Titan angling for a run on the inside, and here comes My Jasper going straight past Episode. My Jasper, the filly swept on them. Gothic Titan got the rails run, but My Jasper broke about a length to Gothic Titan. Sir Grey is flying home. It's My Jasper nicely clear though, drawing clear in the run home, and My Jasper beats Sir Grey. Photo third, Gothic Titan or Typhoon from Touch of Mahogany. Episode, the Bookmaker. Long break our Crackerjack, Brindle Moose. Then My Kahuna King, and behind them Classic Secret. Next in to finish in the race, Lord Zephyrit, a good way back with Smart Banker, Rather Know, and Big Mac after a hard run, one of the last in. Landing some good bets. Number 10, My Jasper, ridden by Larry Cassidy, swept down the middle of the course to win impressively. This was backed from about 8 to, I think, 11 to 2 or 5 to 1 before the jump, and she sprinted away. Gothic Titan got a run on the inside, then coming home strongly was Sir Grey at the end of it. It's got second clearly, but a comfortable victory for My Jasper, trained by Anthony Cummings. It's 10-4 and a photo for third. 10-4 and a photo. My Jasper, Larry Cassidy. Sir Grey, Kevin Forrester, and a photo for third place. The time is 1:48.3. 1:48.3. So 10-4. Third is a close go. We should have that number shortly. 1:48.3. The time. We'll send that third number down the line. Hilton, 10-4 and a photo on race 7.
Does look like the outside horse might just get third there. And 2 has run third, Typhoon. Typhoon is third in the yellow and red. Runners are about to move up at Toowoomba. And Scotch Laughter, number 2, 365. 3, Cleona Clancy, 475. 4 is Town Van, 37. 5, Double Deck, 26. 6, Little Peg, 370. Ugly Man's Horse, $40. Frozen Blue, 24. Stormy's My Par at 430. 43.23 the bottom 2. Updating Clear.
Western Outlaws completed the lines. Well tried favourite, and they're off. Western Outlaw in the middle of the line began okay. Irish Peak drew wide, cut across the heels and went over to the rails early at the tail of the field. And Deerfield began like a shot at the 1400, went to the lead over Sir Grist, like a roo. Dancing Sculptor settling fourth with Knight's Tale improving around it. And Martago caught out wide and fighting hard against the rider. Next Go With The Flow with Western Outlaw on its outside. 2 lengths to Jade Start, being followed by Rambar. Irish Peak, Stonington around the outside. Further back is Cotton on Flyer, Italian Affair. Rich Pickings, one of the last on the rail, and 2 to Uktung. Sergris went to the lead, 1,000 metres to go. A length to Deerfield, a length and a half to Knight's Tale, a length and a half like a roo on the inside of Dancing Sculptor. Martago, no luck, 3 wide. 1 Western Outlaw inclined to over race a little. Rambar round the outside, Go With The Flow, the fence. Then Stonington, Jade Start, Irish Peak, Italian Affair. Rich Pickings is second last in a bunching field, and Uktung is last of all, but only about 8 or 9 lengths would cover the field. And Sergris at the 600 is going to corner a narrow leader over Knight's Tale. Martago. Wider out then is Western Outlaw, called on for a finishing burst. Deerfield behind them on the fence. Go With The Flow, needing an out over on the rails in the white with the black cap as they corner and flatten in for the run home. Jade Start with a run. Sergris in front of Martago. Western Outlaw, Go With The Flow getting a run through between horses, and then Jade Start. Sergris in front. Western Outlaw coming at it with Martago. Go With The Flow is squeezing through. Go With The Flow has got through now. Jade Start and Rich Pickings is swapping them out wide. Go With The Flow with Rich Pickings flying at it, and Rich Pickings makes it 3 in a row. Beat Go With The Flow, Photo third, Western Outlaw and Jade Start. Just behind those to finish in the race, Sir Gris, Irish Peak and Dancing Sculptor from Martago, Knight's Tale, and then came Italian Affair, Rambar, Deerfield, Stonington Aktung, and behind them Cotton On Flyer and Like a Roo. Judges call for a photo. Rich Pickings has charged over the top of them, and it has won. Number 1, Rich Pickings. Lincoln Coffee has come from second last to overwhelm them and make it 3 in a row at Sandown, Caulfield and now Flemington. It's a photo for the miners. Go With The Flow is very prominent there in the white with the black getting through to hit the front. Western Outlaw on its outside. Jade Start next out, and Rich Pickings the deepest, who gets up to win.